Hey guys, House4 here, and today we're going to be checking out Raspberry Pi 3 Model B. So I just picked one up actually. It's pretty nice, pretty small. First unboxing, I haven't looked into any of these boxes. I have the Raspberry Pi, I have the power supply from Kit. I have a case I ordered, we're going to be checking that, installing that as well. And some heat sinks, gotta keep it cool. Alright, so let's get to it. Alright, so here we go. So we're going to take this Raspberry 3 here and check this little guy out. This stuff here out of the way. Check this little guy out here. Very nice little box. Raspberry Pi 3 Model B. And it's going to be running 1 GB of RAM. Got the wireless LAN and the Bluetooth as well. Let's open this thing up, see what we got. Oh wow, that looks like you go to the store, you get like cookies. I've never seen a bag like this before. That's pretty nifty. So we set that there. What else we got in here? We got the instruction guide, quick start, gives you a login, safety guide. I'm just gonna toss these. All right, let's check this little guy out. Open this little guy up. This is a pretty weird package. I would not have thought it would have been in a package like this. Alright, and there she is. Raspberry Pi 3. Pretty nifty. We got the 4 USB ports over here. Got an Ethernet port, HDMI, audio, power, micro SD port here, GPIO pins here in case we want to hook this thing up. Alright, nice. Alright, so I'm going to put this on top of the case, set that aside. This is just the power kit. We don't need to open that, but it's from Kit. 2.5 amps. 5 volt. That'll come in handy. Let's open this case up though. We will check this out as well. I did order a case with it, and I did get one with a fan because I wanted it to be a little cooler. This here, instruction manual, introduction, and user manual. Alright. Oh, there's the fan. I wanted a fan, just in case I decided to like overclock this thing at all, so. Or if, running any CPU intensive, I don't know really what's going to be intensive, but I like to keep things cool. There's the fan. We'll hook that little guy up. I got the box, we'll set that aside. This is the case. Alright, so it's going to be a clear case. I'm not going to pull the packaging yet until we put it together. Fan guard, all the little tools. Even comes with a little screwdriver. Nice. I'm going to put this thing together and let you guys know what I think. But before we do that, yeah, let's put this case together. Let's get this thing in the case before we upgrade the software. So we'll do that, and we'll go from there. We'll be back. Alright, so we're going to get ready here to mount this Pi board to the bottom, alright? But first, we're going to have to add the risers. So, you're going to have these little plastic guys here, and you want the fatter part on the bottom. Those are going to be what the screws tie into, and this is going to keep it up off the bottom. So, slide that up through like so, and then you're going to grab one of these little nuts, put down on top. These are kind of a pain. I'm gonna need like a small wrench. And then I will zoom this into a little bit here for you guys so you can see that here. So you see here, you're gonna have the fatter part here on the bottom. So this way, when you mount it on top, you can put the screw into the bottom. We'll do that for the other 4. And we'll be ready to put this on the bottom of the case. Alright, now we're ready to mount this to the bottom of our case here. Now there is a little notch here. Alright, show you here in this keyboard, that little notch. That's going to line up with your SD card here. Alright, where your SD card goes in on the Raspberry Pi, that's where you want to match it up. Slide that here, the bottom. Right, and then you're going to use these little screws here to plug it into the bottom. Those. Grab this little screwdriver here that's included with the kit. Put that in there just like so. And we're going to do that for the rest of them. Alright, so we are now mounted to the base, as you guys can see. Got the risers here, so nothing is going to be touching the bottom. Good airflow. And we have access here to our SD card. You definitely want to make sure you do that, because you can see here how it sits back from the edge. So if you flip it, you're not going to have any access to get the SD card out or in. So double check that before you put this one together. And then we'll move on to the copper stanchions here. So you want to take, there's going to be 2 ones that are threaded and then the not threaded. We're going to put the threaded on the bottom. Flip this over like so. You guys can see it. I'm going to use these little flat screws here. Goes through the bottom. And screw these on. Tighten that up. Alright. Screw it in, copper. Alright, then I'm just going to make sure these are tight. Alright. So there we have that. We got the copper stanchion on, ready for the top. Alright, so here we're going to be mounting the top here for the board, so we got to get that ready. So here's the top. Here's the fan. Now one thing we got to remember too is you're going to have these little cutouts here. Like this one here for the GPIO. So you just want to kind of, mock it up on your board so that when you get this all together and you sit it down, fan is going to be on the bottom, grill on top, and you want to be able to access all your ports through this case here. So just word of caution, double check fit before you go bolting everything together, and you're going to have to go take it all apart. So mount the top here. And we're going to have our fan. And we're going to keep the wires towards the GPIO pins. And line up these holes. We're going to take these long screws. And you're going to take these long screws, slide them down towards into the fan here. And match up these holes. Alright, so I got that one. I'm going to take this nut here on the back. Cinch that one down. Keep it somewhat loose here so we can move this around. Line up these other ones. That one there. Alright, everything's tight. Now we'll be ready to set this on board, but first, before we do that, I'm going to install these heat sinks for extra added cooling. Come on, guys. Who doesn't like extra cooling here? Grab these out here, take these apart. Alright. There we go. CPU and the LAN heat sinks. Look at that. So we'll put the board up here. And we're just going to mock this up here first before we take the tape off. Alright. Alright, tape is off. I'm going to set this down on top of the CPU. Down a little bit. That one's on the CPU. Another one here for the LAN card, this little guy. Mock him up first. Alright. I always like to kind of mock it up first here before I do it. Especially with these with this tape. One kind of peeled weird. Go. Kind of move this in here a little bit. You guys can see it better. Up. And push down a little bit. Alright, heat sinks are on. Some beefy heat sinks. Alright, let's mount the fan. But first, we have to do the wires here, and we're going to do red wire here at this second GPIO port here. I'll try to move this up here a little closer for you guys so you guys can see this here. You're going to take your red wire, and on your second port here, your GPIO, and insert that. And you're going to take your black wire behind that one, the port right behind it. Slide that down on top. And then we'll take the top here once this is all plugged in. Tucking in these cables here. And she is on. Alright, then we just got these little toppers here for the tops. This case is done. Alright, and that is it, guys. The Pi is all put together. We got the case together. We got the fan plugged in. All the stanchions. Now it's time for the software. Let's do it. Alright, guys, down to the software part of this. So, one of the programs you're going to be needing here is WinDisk32 Imager, so we're going to go ahead and download that. Once that's done, we're going to open that to install it. Accept, next, like a desktop shortcut, and install. Alright, we're done. We're not going to launch it yet here at the moment. We're going to finish that. Then you can come over here to the Raspberry Pi main website, and you have the Noobs operating software, or we have Raspian. So we're just going to go ahead and download Raspian here, and we're going to download the full version here. We're going to download the zip. It should only take a couple minutes. We'll fast forward through this, and once it's done, I'll be back. Alright, so once it's been downloaded here, we're going to go ahead and extract it. So I'm just going to extract it to my desktop here. Just going to wait for that to extract. Shouldn't take too long. Alright, so there's the Raspbian folder there. We're going to go ahead and open up the Win32 disk imager. Alright, so we got H. You always want to make sure that your micro SD card is selected here first before you go writing it. So mine is H. We're going to go search. Put it on the desktop here. Put it in Raspbian. Open that. We'll go ahead and write it. We're going to get the warning here. And yes, we are sure to continue. Should only take a couple minutes. Looking at about 2 minutes here, so we're going to go ahead and speed it up and come back when it's done. Alright, so we're connected. Now let's try to get the update. Alright, so we're connected to the internet. This thing booted up so fast. We're going to go to sudo apt get update. We're going to download some updates. Normally, I would recommend, at least when you download a new Linux, always go for the updates. They're going to come out with the kernel. This was released right in the beginning here of March. But as the month goes on, people go through the kernel, they find updates. So one of the first things I do is sudo apt-get update. You're going to need sudo for super user, and it's to do as the root would do. So if you had the root user, you would go and, it would be the same thing. So we'll go sudo apt-get updates, and there we go. You can always do the ls for your file systems, so you can see, what kind of file systems you have. You can always go who am I if you ever get lost. Want to know who you are, whether you're the root or the pi. So we're pi. We're going to exit here. We got the update. Alright, let's see what we got here. So we got some programming for Python, Scratch. Alright, we got some Office. You got your Libre Basics. We got the Internet, Magpie. Got some games, Python games, Minecraft. Basic accessories here, Task Manager. Let's pull up Task Manager here. So right now we're using barely anything, but we haven't done anything though either. We go to more details? Oh, we can. Nice. We'll mess around with that later here. We're going up here, Wolfram, Mathematica, File Systems. Get your help, preferences, so we can do some advanced settings, configuration, run, shut down. This is all set here. So let's check out this Chromium web browser here. See how quick this thing loads up. Loads up pretty quick. We got a new tab. Getting started, get rid of that. Adobe Flash, get rid of that. Let's check out YouTube. So we're going to pull up YouTube. We're going to see how quick this would play one of the videos. So we're going to go to my channel here. Of course, this thing is very responsive. So go to my channel here. And we'll check out here one of my videos here quick. Just to see just how this... We'll screen this here. It is slowing down a little bit. Auto 1080. What if we drop the quality down here? Let's drop it down to 720. If that'll help it here. Go to the stats for nerds. Oh, we are dropping some frames. We're dropping frames like crazy. Alright, let's drop down the resolution here. 480. We got a chance to load up here a little bit. And we'll give it a try here. The 480 seems to be playing a little better. We're still getting some buffering. Getting some dropped frames. That could just be a codec issue as well. Using a lot of the CPU. Almost 50% at some parts. So it's okay. It doesn't like the full screen too much. That seems to be where it starts buffering and... Alright. Otherwise, I mean, it was searching pretty well. Got file manager over here, Python templates, videos. We'll get to mess around with all this, but there you go, guys. This is Python. It is set up. We're pretty much ready to rock. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and help me out. I have a question for you guys. I don't know what I want to do with this thing yet. Do I want to create a retro game pod? Do I want to set up a VPN or a test server? So let me guys know down in the comments below. Give me some ideas. Throw some ideas out there for what we can do with this thing, and I'll make some videos, put them up on YouTube if you guys like them. So appreciate you guys checking it out. Here's Raspberry Pi. Have a good one.